Hi, my name is Dr. Bernard Schindler, and welcome to my website. This is the premier natural health facility in southeastern Florida. It has been engineered from the ground up to serve chronic patients suffering with chronic fatigue, chronic pain, back and neck pain, stenosis, sciatica, herniated disc, peripheral neuropathy, fibromyalgia, balance disorders such as vertigo, dizziness, fear of falling, and severe hormone imbalances. If you look to the left, you'll see a list of conditions that we have helped without drugs and without surgery. We were able to help these people after they had been from doctor to doctor with little to no help, and many of them have visited popular clinics such as the University of Florida, Miami Medical Centers, Cleveland Clinic, and the Mayo Clinic. And how have we been able to help them when others have failed? Well, I'll explain that just in a bit. Now let me introduce myself. I'm Dr. Bernard Schindler. I'm a chiropractor, and my journey into healthcare began because I had the desire to help sick people, but I didn't want to give them drugs, and I wanted to understand what was really going on with a sick person's physiology and work with their body to restore function. I wanted to create something and a real change. My first stop was Chiropractic College, where I graduated from the National College of Chiropractic in Chicago, May 14th, 1960. That's more than 50 years ago. Some of you haven't reached that age yet. But you will understand why I'm here. My first passion was chiropractic neurology. Chiropractic neurology is a specialized approach to looking at the brain and nervous system functionally. Science has shown us that in the last 20 years that the brain can change, remold, and create new connections based on the stimulations that you give it. This ability for the brain to change is called neuroplasticity. It has been proven over and over again that it is possible to symptomatically diagnose specific areas of the brain that are weak and change those work areas through non-invasive rehabilitation. I began my work by exclusively treating chronically ill patients with real chronic pain and fatigue, and using our brain-based approach, we are helping people turn their lives around, giving them a chance to live well again after countless doctors and specialists had given up on them. It didn't take me long to realize that you may have to come to this conclusion because of your own circumstance. That when a person has a health condition that is not considered life-threatening, and there is no easy fix, our medical system is completely inadequate. I would see the desperation in the faces and the eyes of the patients that I treated. They were yearning to have someone listen to them, to spend the time necessary to get to the bottom of their problem. I couldn't rush people in and out in 10 minutes like commonly happens in the insurance or medical model. I couldn't squabble with insurance companies trying to get them to pay for testing they considered unnecessary because we were stepping outside of the box. I not only stepped, I leaped outside the box. Inside that box was a system that could never help the people in the way they needed to be helped. Although I did get great results with our brain-based approach, I realized something was missing. I would get amazing results with most, yet in others I could not make the changes I needed. The most confusing part was the patient that responded less to the treatment seemed to have the same characteristics and test findings as the ones that did respond as expected. There had to be something missing. So this difference in outcomes led me on a journey to find what was missing and to make the discoveries that will allow chiropractic and nutrition wellness to be what it is today. I made an important personal discovery too. I realized that I was trying to do what most other doctors do. I was looking at the human body as it was compartmentalized. I was focused on the brain and the nervous system and without looking at the function of the hormone system, the immune system, and the gastrointestinal function. I knew I had to have an understanding and to look at it, all the systems at the same time. That is, if I wanted to get greater and more consistent results. So for a huge period of time, I hibernated at night. And on the weekends, I poured through scientific journals, textbooks, articles. I traveled across the country to learn from the best teachers I could find. I burned the midnight oil, so to speak, at 3 o'clock in the morning usually. And it was the intense study of physiology, neurology, and immunology that led me to my greatest discovery. Everything in the body affects everything else. In order to properly treat and manage chronically ill or the sick patient, you must look at everything, and you must do it all at once. So I began actually looking at and measuring everything. I became incessant to get the necessary laboratory tests needed to help this big picture and approach the work. And as I started doing this on more and more patients, we get greater and more consistent results. Referrals flooded in. We have patients fly in from out of state, drive from out of town, because they have had family member or a friend who referred them to us. The underlying principle in driving physiology and guides our treatment of the chiropractic and nutrition wellness is treat the patient, not their diagnoses. When we see a new patient, they are going to be treated as an individual. We're going to sit down together and go over the entire case. Patients are never rushed in and out of our office. Chiropractic and Nutrition Wellness is the premier facility for the chronically ill because we take the time necessary to make proper functional diagnosis and work with them to make the proper lifestyle, dietary, supplemental, and neurological changes required to create a true healing in their bodies. There is no other place like this, and if you suffer from one of the conditions listed to the left, then this is the place for you. Please explore my website and discover some of the truly unique things that have made the chiropractic and nutrition wellness so popular. If you suffer and would like to schedule a case review, please call my office at 847-912-3456. That is 847-912-3456. Easy to remember, and you will be happy. You can also schedule online a consultation, a case review by clicking below. So thank you, and we are looking forward to seeing you soon. I'm Dr. Bernard Schindler, chiropractor. Thanks a million. Bye-bye.